You're gonna fucking jump me now?
Fuck that.
Great. Hey! Okay, hold on. Wait, let me put it on Facebook. Okay, there it is. Sorry, everybody, I was running late. That bag. Whoa, bag, come back. Hold on, everybody. Welcome. Hey, Aaron, thank you. Hold on, wait. Okay, hold on. Thank you. Hold on, wait. Okay, hold on. I have to go get this bag. Because I am trying to... Where'd it go? Oh, wait. Hold on. How do I spin this shit? Okay, hold on. There we go. Okay, there. I gotta get this bag. How the heck are you people? Welcome to Sunday Morning with Sage at the Garden. We are calling it the Garden. I thought I'd pick up a little trash. And it's a big day because today is the first day I have brought Krispy Kreme donuts to Sunday Morning with Sage. That's right, Krispy Kreme donuts, and not out of the dumpster. When I talked to Rob this morning, I was like, hey man, I'm gonna try and get some Krispy Kreme donuts. He's like, dude, just go get them out of the trash. And I'm like, no man, I'm not gonna go get them out of the trash. We need to get you out of that mindset that you are only worthy of trash donuts, which is basically, whoa. Basically, my whole premise is you are not homeless, you are houseless. And what did I do with this one thing? Oh well, I guess it's okay. So Rob called me this morning, saw the Indian Rock you put on your page. Oh, what? I didn't see that. I gotta go see that. Rob called me this morning to tell me, FRP, that Happy Father's Day.
I got my pink tutu.
And you got your pink tutu.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
still
Tutti-frutti.
positive somebody has cut the door off of his tent.
Yeah. And they left this. I'm not kidding. Ouch. And look, hemp body lotion. I think they were telling me something.
Do you think they left the hemp body lotion? Is it a
I was always told if they leave candy on your pillow,
Yeah.
don't accept it.
All right.
That's in prison,
So this is, well, first of all, they started by cutting, weeks ago they started cutting little holes. Now that wasn't malicious.
Hey,
I think that was I think that was just laziness so they could reach out.
They were handing pups out. Remember, they stole 50
But
pups.
so now it looks to me like this was done with a flame.
Indeed.
So because you can feel it's black and you can feel it.
It's all the way over here too.
Yeah. So I would say not only did they try to cut down your door, I think they were actually trying to set it on fire. Because that's what it looks like to me. This looks like an attempted arson move. So this is how homeless people. These are the kinds of attacks that happen to homeless people on a regular basis. And the problem is that now I would say that probably that is an attack by a fellow homeless person, if I had to guess. Usually an arson move is a homeless person that is upset with a homeless person. But the issue is that, hey, CJ, I brought the rolling tobacco. If you want to come and roll some cigarettes while I'm here. So hey Joyce, happy Father's Day. Okay, 5 p.m. at Grace Park. So I'm glad Ryan is here because Ryan is, Emery, good morning. Ryan is doing some very important activist work with the homeless people that are being attacked by the government. So They are being evicted tomorrow. Isn't it wonderful? Everybody's here. I love it. So the people over by Grace Park, where Ryan and his team work, the city has put up a notice that they will be sweeping that camp tomorrow. So yeah, CJ, I got the rolling stuff here if you want it. You can roll, but I got to take it when I'm done. Yes.
How much marijuana did you bring?
How much marijuana did I
You
bring?
just said you're gonna be rolling up some shit.
I'm rolling
Rolling Stones?
pipe
No.
tobacco because pipe tobacco is how you circumvent the law.
Pipe tobacco, huh?
Well, that's it because
Sage, how come I found this in your glove box?
Get that
This is
away.
in your glove box.
That was not in my glove box. Get that.
This is your rolling tobacco?
Get that.
Do you see this, people?
No, they don't because it's looking at me. I'm serious.
Here's looking at
put
you,
that
kid.
shit away.
Hey, I'll bathe in this.
Okay, fine. Just put that fucking shit away.
This is our. Hey, this is a preview
Can
of
you
the
go
basil.
get CJ a
Right there.
fucking real chair so he doesn't have to sit on a...
I send him this bucket 24/7.
Oh, you like the bucket? Okay, good. All right.
You better flip that thing upside down. You shit.
Okay,
Thing
okay.
Problems.
The all
Give us
the
next
all the
step.
gear is in this bag, CJ.
Oh. Go ahead,
All
CJ.
right.
You have free will into his bag, but Rob, I'll watch you a whole minute.
I know you.
You have chickens.
May I say this episode of Sunday Morning with Sage is brought to you by Krispy Kreme.
Ha.
I was in Baltimore and they have a hospital specific for homeless people. That's amazing.
Did you see
amazing.
this, Sage? This is called It's Time.
It's time.
It's time, people. This
They
is Sunday
aren't
Morning with
looking-
Sage and Rob with a rage.
Well, Rob is right to be upset
Upset.
because when did that happen to your tent, Rob?
When doesn't it happen to my tents?
No, not one. The camp sweeps make Emery incredibly angry. Truer words could not be said about me too, Emery. Literally, my heart hurts. I'm so angry. Not like my heart is broken, but like I'm going to have a heart attack. My heart hurts when I think about these camp raids. Because the reason they bother me so much is because the powers that be blame the homeless people. So they'll say these are service-resistant people, that they are been offered plenty of services, and they are they're traumatizing the community. That's right. And homelessness is a trauma. It's a significant trauma. And so when you get a guy like this morning, did that happen last night, Rob?
And he said that Lainey was walking by my tent.
So Lainey, okay. Oh,
It's a witness confirmation that there's someone. After.
I thought you told me she was in your tent.
Yes, the bitch was in there. Yes, and I kicked her ass out and then I left.
Okay. So, Samples and Malik, wait, I don't need to see that, darn it. Said they'd meet with one of the encampments we serve and sanction, but not responding now. That's wonderful. What I've learned about politicians is they are great at saying things, and then the amazing politicians will listen to you, but
Thank
then
you
the
again.
fact of the matter is they don't do anything. What?
Thank you again.
You're welcome. So we did get Rob his ID.
Lily.
You're gonna give the dog a Krispy Kreme donut. All right, whatever. So, if you missed it, somebody set Rob's tent on fire. So, fortunately, it didn't burn down. But you can see, I don't understand how many places condemn the homeless while other communities, yeah. Anyone where, Joyce? So, the, how's that Krispy Kreme coffee?
Oh, it's excellent.
Is it good?
Oh, yeah.
I love the fact that they gave us all the sugar and creamers.
Where's your
It's right here!
Okay,
Hoarding it. Is it still warm? Is it still warm?
She buried the donut.
She buried her donut. Great. It's like a hoard.
We have a scavenger hunt we have to go through throughout the city.
Great.
'Cause, she-
Also, CSS is lying. They're providing motel rooms and vouchers
They
in
really
addition.
are.
Jeff. So yeah.
They are.
So far, Baltimore and Salt Lake appear to have a system in place to help their homeless.
Oh, and they had two
They
ODs
are-
already.
What's that?
They already had 2 ODs.
Who did?
Hotel.
Oh, did they? That's
Hotel,
possible.
motel.
Well, look. I mean,
What happens in
ODs happen because people are forced to use street drugs
Well, they're overdosed.
that are not. You don't know what you're taking. This is why we must decriminalize drug use. I am this close to declaring that I'm going to be running for mayor in May of 2023. So CSS gives a housing voucher, but they won't provide landlords that will make vouchers and expire. Yeah, well, that's true. So that's what happens. They hand out these vouchers, and then they go into the free market. Oh, thanks for closing my door, CJ. They go into the free market, and people are like, hell no, I'm not renting to a homeless person. Because why would they? You have a homeless person who is living out in the street. You don't know why they're living out there, but I'll tell you what, I mean, the landlords are not wrong that there are probably issues going on with that person, okay? Some sort of issues. Homelessness is not just a lack of housing, it is a menagerie of collected things going on, of which addiction is just a symptom sometimes, not the root cause. Absolutely not. It's usually a mental health issue that is driving this. And so people have vouchers and nobody will rent to them. Reason they don't want Section 8. Yeah, exactly, Omi. That's right. So, I mean, talk to any landlord. Every landlord I know, like even the ones that take Section 8, are really down on it. They're like, yeah, those people, they don't care about the. How about the Burning Bush Church around the corner turn into? Yeah, that would be wonderful. Cleveland is a decent program. You're right. That's right. Cleveland is way more compassionate to their homeless. To be fair, I see it. What do you see, Omi? The Section 8 people? Sure, I understand. Yeah, that right. I do too. And you know what? One of my big messages is I understand. I understand why you're homeless. I understand why you burned down Rob's tent. Why I don't want to rent to Section 8. Why I don't want to rent in Section 8. Yeah. Well, you know what? Why would you care about something that you have no investment in? And furthermore, you feel like a charity case, you feel like a piece of shit, and so nobody respects you. You are not given any respect. You're just a charity case, which is anti-American. Being a charity case is the opposite of what you're supposed to be. And so, yeah, fuck up your place. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? So, we have so many things going on. One of the things I'm constantly, a lot just don't know. Yeah, of course, Omi. Most people don't know. So, okay. So, look. People are often upset with Rob. Often. And I've been upset with Rob. I haven't in a while. He and I have been getting along quite well. There are lots of programs, but they're archaic. Yeah. The issue is always they don't. Oh, shoot. I don't know how to keep these from disappearing. Okay. A lot of programs, but they're archaic and they don't let the homeless run communities. Yeah. That's it. Well, that's it. That goes back to the lack of respect. They don't believe that homeless people are capable of running. Thank you. The houseless people are capable of running their own communities. They feel like they're invalids. And we need to pass legislation that stops source of income discrimination. People on disability have trouble getting housing too. Very good point. That would be really powerful. That would address a lot of communities all in one. Sam, do you like Krispy Kreme donuts?
I shared Lily's.
Oh, good. You do you like Krispy Kreme coffee?
Hey, I see you got Gooch tobacco.
You don't drink coffee? I don't drink coffee either.
No one can shut me up.
yeah.
I've never been able to shut up.
Yeah,
can't be
so
quiet.
they already passed it. We can't prove it. Ah, interesting. So there is so many opportunities for us to learn about our fellow humans. And one of the things I love about working with homeless people is almost every day I come and work with homeless people, which I've done now for years, I'd say 4 or 5 years, right? I learned something new. So today, Rob called me this morning. He was so bummed out. He's like, somebody cut the door off of my tent. Well, I came over and I looked at it. They did not cut it off. They burned it off. They burned off the tent. So, yeah, bummed out. Sorry, that is condescending.
Well done.
Sorry,
No
you are not
pun
a bum.
intended.
He was depressed. So, but for me to say, okay, so Akron and Cleveland passed the discrimination lawsuit, but as long as they don't publicly have no voucher, no Section 8, they still can say it's reason. Okay,
Hey, Sage.
okay, that's good to know. Yes, Rob.
CSX put them in a hotel for 90 days. I believe it's 24 people, give or take, whatever.
Was it 90 days? Okay.
How come we all did?
Well,
I've been out here the longest. CSX actually knows me personally. Hell, I have their air horn, for Christ's sake.
well, you should go down there and
I-
get evicted.
I got ran out of there. I already got twice out of there.
Well, maybe you missed your chance to get a voucher, but fear not, they will come and eradicate you too. They're coming for you, Rob.
Why are you
Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Besides, I'll miss you. Anyways, and I'll tell you what,
I'm building a bunker.
a house is not your problem. A house is not what you're missing. The first thing is we have to teach you how to not throw litter on the ground, which
Lily.
no, stop blaming it. You blame the dog, you blame the raccoon. The second thing you need to learn is to admit your truths.
I put the trash in
You lie to us all like a rug, like a dirty, rotten rug. You can't stop. You can't stop lying to us. And I'll say something else. CJ this week came over to move into his new tiny house, which incidentally, are you enjoying it?
Yeah, but it gets too hot at night.
It gets too hot. We're gonna get you, as soon as we get the first month's rent, I'm going to get you an air conditioner, okay? So just a little bit longer. CJ's walking to his new tiny house, walks past these people over here who have illegally and disrespectfully put them on my
Annoyingly.
property, and he gets bit by their dog.
Yeah, I mean, let him walk
He
past
gets
me, if I bite him, he's gonna
yeah,
sue me.
he gets bit by their dog.
I'll be in jail.
Okay, so
Can I bite you?
this is the world that homeless people are living in. There is no safety. They all feel like they are threatened. They're literally physically, violently threatened. Everywhere they go, it is a threat.
Yeah, dude, I'm a purple nurple. I was the hell
So,
dude.
how can we possibly expect to transition people into, or apparently the only rational way of living is in there, which incidentally are just formerly homeless, still addicted old people. That's all that's in there. Formerly homeless, still addicted, doing drugs, old people. But they're in their little cubby hole, and that's what they want. They want you in your little hole. Get in your little hole.
Bunker.
They want you so they don't have to look at you.
Bunker.
And the biggest problem is we are talking about people living on the street, and that's the problem they have.
That's probably 4 foot right there, right?
You're not moving underground. Because, Rob, we are making you houseless, not homeless. Before you ever get into a house, you have to realize that you are not an animal, that you are a human being, and you need to be treated with respect and dignity, which you're not. You need to find dignity and respect from yourself, which you
Okay,
can
hold on.
control.
Hold up. You said animal. Okay.
Yeah.
An animal is going to viciously and wildly attack, things and shit like that, especially if all the shit's happened to me, right?
Right.
I humbly.
I know. You do
Hold
not
on,
attack
hold on.
us.
People say my mentality, blah blah blah, all this bullshit, right?
Right.
But as I can recall, I'm the fucking most sanest and most calm that I've seen around. Tell me I'm not.
You're not showing the sanest
Right
and
now, no,
calmest.
I'm fucking hurt.
Of
As
course
I told you
you're
that day when you
hurt.
pulled up on Adams.
Of
You said, I know you're
course.
pissed off at me, I'm here. I said, no, I'm hurt.
You're hurt.
you remember
And
that?
thank
That's
you,
the
Rob.
difference.
That is the essence of all
I
of
own 3
this.
fucking homes with my past.
All of this is
I'm coming.
People are angry because they are hurt. You're hurt, and that's important.
They're forcing my hand
That-
to hurt a lot of people.
That
Tired of this
is
stage.
the message.
I'll publicly say it.
People do things because they are hurt. They
hold on.
become
2
violent
seconds.
because they're hurt. They do drugs
Sage.
because they're hurt. They hurt other people because they're hurt.
Okay? Tell me this.
What?
And all you fucking viewers, all you viewers, okay?
Yes.
I'll say this calmly.
Calmly.
How many people have I fucking helped that you know? Ask yourself that. I'm not
Okay,
throwing-
Rob.
no, hold on, Sage, hold on. I'm not throwing it in your face or anything.
I know.
I can confidently say this now. I deserve a place of living.
Well, okay, Rob.
And I got a job. Tell me I don't have
Look,
a job.
look,
I got
look,
a job.
look, Rob.
That's where I'll leave it.
It does not matter what you do in life. Everyone deserves a place to safely live.
Okay, now hold on.
Everyone.
Everyone in Ohio, okay, if you're watching this, if someone else knows me, ask them, did I help them? So 50 cents to $1, whatever, GoFundMe, my help me out.
Look,
I
Rob.
help all you fuckers.
Look,
I
Rob.
know you don't do GoFundMes. I know you don't do that in your name. But you know what? I'm tired of this, Sage.
I know you
And
have
every
every
person
right
puts
to be
50 cents that
tired.
I've helped.
You have every
Just
right.
in Akron. I guarantee
I
I
know.
have plenty of money.
I know.
You know what,
Look.
guys? I just opened a Bank of America bank account today. Literally, I'll hand you the
What?
fucking.
That's pretty good. So look, so you can obviously see it's coming through as anger, but he really does a great job of getting to the point of it, which is hurt. He's hurt. And this, I believe, is why we have gun violence. This is why we have addiction. This is why we have overdoses. This is why we have homeless on homeless crime. This is why we have black on black crime. This is honestly why police are murdering citizens. It all comes from being hurt and feeling like they are not being heard. All of it comes back to feeling like people do not understand you and are hurting you. And so when you feel anger, when you feel it, or somebody does something to you, when you can step back from it and realize, or you see somebody doing something that is hurtful, we have to at least cognitively be able to say that person did that because they were hurt. That was it. We know statistically, pedophiles become people that are pedophiles oftentimes have a history of being abused as children. We know that. Everybody should know that. Okay? So if that isn't a foundational hurt, a deep mortal wound that then transforms because nobody has worked on that that hurt. They just add more hurt by judging them and chastising them, and they are hated by their entire society. They can't possibly work on the hurt because now they're being hurt in another way. They're being hurt again. Okay? This is humanity. This is the entire history of humanity. The pilgrims that came to America because they just wanted to be able to pray the way they wanted to pray. And then they came over here and they were big fucking dicks. They did bullshit fucking before then. Christopher Columbus came and pillaged and raped and brutalized the people in the Caribbean. This is a chicken and egg scenario of trauma and hurt. All of it is this. It all comes down to the fact that we have been hurt, our parents have been hurt. Look at George Bush Jr. He said, I'm going in Iraq because Hussein, was that Saddam Hussein? Yeah, Saddam threatened to kill my daddy. We are still, I think, in Iraq because George Bush Jr. was hurt that Saddam Hussein tried to kill his daddy. Okay? It can't get more basic than that. You show me somebody that is hurting someone else, and I will show you somebody who is being hurt themselves. who has experienced a lifetime of trauma, a generational series of traumatic events for their parents and their grandparents. And I know that white people like to say, well, I didn't cause slavery. No, you didn't. You're not to blame for slavery. But what I am trying to get to the point is people that are descendants of slavery feel the trauma from those hundreds of years, those 400 years of slavery, and also feeling like nobody has ever listened to them. The first thing I'm going to do if I do run for mayor of Akron in May of 2023 is say I want to defund the police. The number one reason I want to defund the police is because the whole Black Lives Movement was condemned by moderates, aka liberals like Joe Biden. They were chastised, told how strategically inept and dangerous it was to say defund the police, and then as a consolation prize given a holiday, and then up the ass given more police. The reason I say we must defund the police is because black people deserve something. Everything black people do gets demeaned either by liberals or by conservatives. They put out Black Lives Matter and then they get All Lives Matter. Everything black people do gets eradicated. So of course I'm going to stand with my African American brothers and sisters and say we must defund the police. But logistically, the reason we must defund the police is because police should not be the front of the homeless service providing section. We make our police come out here and deal with homeless people. They're like, so it's going to happen. It's going to happen tomorrow. The city's going to come out. They're going to say, you have to get off of this land. And then they're going to turn the police and say, fix this. And they're going to be like, dudes, what do you mean fix this? I don't know where to take these people. They can't go to the Haven. They won't go to the Haven. So where do they go? I'm just going to put them in my car, drive them around a couple blocks and be like, see you suckers. We just stole all your shit. So good luck with that. That is the most fucked up part. Yes, I am here. I'm here. There we go. So that is so wrong. So of course police are upset. But they think it's because we hate the police. Now, we hate the system of police, and I have said and will say again, when the time is right, fuck the police. The reason, just like I will say and say again, fuck the Pope, fuck the Catholic Church, fuck anybody that fucks kids. Oh yeah, they're right there. You're welcome. It's not that I hate fuck the Boy Scouts too. I don't hate priests. I don't hate individual cops. I hate the system that supports abuse. Those systems hide and protect criminals. I don't, honey. I'm sorry. Hey, you got a light over here? Anybody got a light? What's that?
I think they left.
They left. It's probably me yelling. I'm sorry. Oh wait. Look in there, in that bag, and there's a metal box. And in that metal box, there could be a lighter. So, I am an activist. And let me tell you, I had a lovely little short, polished conversation with Shamus Malik, my councilman in Ward 8, yesterday at a Juneteenth event at the John Brown House, which is awesome. And I told him, I said, thank you for voting to stand up for the people, which he does. But in the meantime, he loves to come over to my page and tell me how my words are hurting the whole program. This is the way I talk, if you can believe that, is what the real problem is. My words. I am not burning down buildings. I am not. What, did you find one? Yeah. Good. And there's coffee. Krispy Kreme, coffee, Krispy Kreme donuts. It's Sunday Morning with Sage, and it's all for people that are experiencing homelessness. There's nothing that, like, there's no real celebrations for homeless people. This is basically a Sunday morning thing where I'm going to try and bring this every Sunday morning at 10. You're always welcome.
Thank you.
You are welcome. So,
How are you doing though today?
I am doing well. What's your name?
Anastasia.
Anastasia, I know you. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Good. What's new?
Nothing really.
No? You outdoors?
Yep.
Yeah. Are you doing okay?
No.
No. Are you staying around here? You're staying right there?
Yep. In the big white truck.
Oh, you're in the truck.
Well, it's locked right now because she left, and I don't know where she went.
Oh, you're living in the truck. Oh, that's different. Okay, I would love to have a safe parking place. So, I gotta move those tents, honey, because.
Yeah. I don't know whose tents those are.
Oh, you don't know those people? Oh, that's Josh Randall.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I come here with Kelly.
Oh, you come here with Kelly. Okay, I am welcome. That's a beautiful truck, by the way.
Yes, it is.
I am open to the idea of finding a safe parking space for you on my property.
Okay.
Okay?
I appreciate that a lot.
There's no place safe to park, right?
Right, no.
Do they chase you off?
Yeah.
All the time. Okay. Well, you could sleep in the bed of your truck.
Yeah,
My commitment is I'm only allowing 2 tents on my property. I own all this to that road, okay?
Yeah.
And I have a tiny house that CJ has moved into, but I haven't made a decision about safe parking, so I might allow 1 truck. And that would that be okay?
Amazing. Yes.
Okay.
Amazing.
All right.
I appreciate that. So
Okay,
much.
well, good. All right, are you comfortable with it there?
Wherever you would let us park would be. Actually, Kelly's there now. You
Oh,
want her
really?
over here? Kelly!
All right. Well, be aware I'm online. You're not being videoed right
Okay.
now, but I don't want to.
Right. Let me go get her.
Okay. All right. So here are 2 women living in a truck. See, how is it that we as a society have righted this atrocious wrong? That, I don't know if you got to hear that conversation, but that woman is so sweet, so kind. Now, I'm sure she's got issues. That's not debatable. But who doesn't have a right to have shelter? Jeffrey Dahmer, one of our most famous Akronite citizens who ate gay men, and not in the good way, I don't know what he did in his personal time, literally mowed down on them as food, got 3 hots and a cot until he was murdered in jail, which, that they should work on that. I don't believe in capital punishment. I don't. Who am I to say a person deserves to be murdered or not murdered? It's not on me. Not on me. I believe that people need to be put in some sort of sequestered area to protect society, but not as punishment. Not as punishment. Because look, people are doing things because they are hurt. When you murder somebody, you're not doing it in a clear mind and a pure spirit. There's a lot of shit going on in your head. You're angry that this person did that. You're angry at your society that did this. You don't see a way out. There's only one thing you see right now, and it's to kill that motherfucker. How can you can't deny that. You can't hate that. Now, you can protect us from that. We can't have crazy murderers running around the streets. We can't. They got to go someplace else. Okay? They got to go someplace else. But we don't need to hate them. I don't understand why we love hating people so much. It's like at the core of our DNA. Just look around and find who can I hate. Let's hate those 2 women in that truck. Yeah, they're probably no good. They're probably up to no good. They're women living in a fucking truck. I don't care if they got warrants. I don't care if they're on drugs. I don't care if they yell a lot. I don't even care if they murdered the fucker that put them in the truck. They deserve a place to live. Now, if they're on the run, and they get caught, I think it's okay. I'm not against incarceration. It's good for society to pick up the people that are a problem. But you know who we're mostly picking up? Drug addicts. We're picking up drug addicts. Who the hell are drug addicts hurting? Now, if you hurt somebody while you're on drugs, different story. May I say, I know a lot more alcoholics that have murdered people through driving accidents, just enraged killing their families. Alcoholics are the worst. But somehow we right that wrong. We let them wander around. You can go into any grocery store or gas station and get as fucked up as you want. People around my area have to be really careful about how much meth they keep on them because they measure it, and if it's just over, then they move into distribution, and then they get a much harder sign. I can literally buy out Circle K of booze right now. Buy it all. I'll take it all. Give me all of it. And I could put it in my house and nobody would bother me. Nobody. Nobody would be like, hey, well, they might be like, hey, that's an awful lot of booze you got there. I know. Isn't that great? And you're like, yeah, can I come over? Sure. Come on. Come on down. Same with guns. You can go and I can fill my house up with guns from the basement to the top floor, and it would be fine. Fine. Wow, you got a lot of guns there, Sage. I know. Did you buy them all legally? Oh, I did. I got them all legally. And now I'm going to go over to Circle K, and I'm going to buy all the booze. And I'm going to put that in my garage. I'm going to be putting all the guns in my house, and I'm going to put all the booze in my garage, and then I'm just going to sit down in my easy chair and see what happens. Okay, Sage. Well, have a good day. And I'm glad I can do it. I'm thankful that I can buy all the guns, I can buy all the booze, and I can have both in the same house. But meanwhile, my friends who like to do stimulants called meth, because it's cheap, I think they'd rather do pot. It's more expensive. Pot's more expensive, right? Yeah. So they do meth because it's cheaper and it's still a good high. They got to run around with these little pouches, these little pieces of, like a little bit of white crystal. Like, oh my God, don't find it on me, a little bit of it. Meanwhile, I got a truckload of guns and Maker's Mark, or what do I like? Oh, I could go for some whiskey like you can't even believe.
It's a misdemeanor if you caught with weed, but it's a felony if you get caught with crystal meth.
Okay, it's a misdemeanor if you get caught with weed.
Yep.
It's a felony. Yep. Any amount.
Yep.
Any amount of crystal meth is a felony.
And weed, they'll write your ticket and send you anyway.
Okay, so can you tell me, do you feel, are people on meth dangerous? By and large.
Well, if they take too much too fast,
Yeah.
yes.
Like how so? Like they get like intense?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about meth versus crack?
I don't know.
Okay. So you feel like sometimes a stimulant can amp you up.
Yeah.
Can you say which is worse, somebody on meth or somebody that's a heavy drinker? Does it depend on the person?
It depends on the person and how much they take.
And how much do they take of either one?
Yeah, exactly.
So you're saying that with meth, if you take a little, is it like? Is there any comparison to like drinking coffee? Is it like that at all?
I don't know. I only stick with my weed. I don't know.
Oh, you just do weed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
All right.
all I do.
All right. Well, that's good. You only get the misdemeanor,
Yeah.
which is good. What does weed cost these days?
$10 a gram.
How much is a gram?
I like about maybe 2 joints.
Yeah. Whereas $10 for 2 joints.
And then you mellow out. But if you buy a $10 bag of meth,
Yeah.
you dig in the yard and dig in the trash, and all this, all the crazy shit.
You do the crazy shit.
Yeah.
I know. How long would you say a high with $10 of pot versus $10 of meth? Do you know? No? Okay. I think you could go 24 hours on 10. Well, no, maybe 12 hours on $10 worth of meth. I hear like $20 worth of meth gives you about 24 hours. I think. These guys, they stay up all night long. So that's crazy. I did not know that. I didn't know the criminal comparison of that meth, just having any meth on you is a felony. A felony. And it's really weird when you, like, somebody had some meth in my truck at one point in time, and they pulled it out. It was like a little rock. And I'm like, this is what we're all freaking out about? Like this? It's this? And he's like, you got any water? And I'm like, yeah, I got some water. And he's like, yeah, I'll take it. Like, this shit's bitter. And he just pops it in his mouth and swallows it. I'm like, huh. We're going to war with the entire world over what this guy just did? This seems a little weird. Now, I'm not saying I love hanging around people on meth. Some I don't mind. I think CJ's right. Like, I think that, like, depends on how much you take.
You know where meth came from?
No, what do you know about meth?
The Germans took it to stay up to kill the troops.
The troops.
Yep.
Germans, I had heard something. That's true, huh?
Yep.
The Germans invented it,
Yep.
and they gave it to their troops to stay up to fight more.
Yeah.
Do you know if they did that in Vietnam at all, like with American troops? Are you ever heard of that? I watched a movie once called Jacob's Ladder, and pretty good movie. And like, it kind of made some flashback references to people really screwed up on drugs in Vietnam. And I've always wondered. I'm sure somebody talks about it. I just don't know. But I know truckers use stimulants. I know that we're giving our kids Adderall, which is the same chemical makeup as meth. It's the same thing. I know that our law students are using Adderall to stay up, to study more. So using stimulants is not a foreign idea to humans, but this is what I think is different. Poor people use meth. Rich people use Adderall. And that's all the difference. That's all the difference. So, and I think ultimately that's what this comes down to, is class warfare. They don't like poor people. They don't want poor people around. Poor people scare them. They don't understand poor people, and they feel safer in their little suburbs where everybody's making the same amount of money. And so I feel like the whole system is geared towards pushing poor people out. You know, like gentrification is this idea where wealthy people move into, like, say, Middlebury, and the price of housing goes up and up and up, and then the people that lived in Middlebury can't afford it, and so they're pushed out somewhere else. And then we just do it again and again and again.
I wonder what you do if you give a rich person a blanket and tell them to survive. What are you gonna do?
Could you
They
imagine?
ain't gonna do nothing. I mean, they can't do nothing.
Dude, I mean, a blanket would be a real benefit. How many people do you know that are out here with nothing?
Exactly.
Like, not a blanket. But that would be great. Do you know what's going to happen? They're going to, if they stay in their city because they don't have any vehicles, they're going to get that blanket stolen first thing.
Exactly. And then their shoes.
And then their shoes. I talked to a guy once. He was living near Haven Arrest, a black guy, and he's like, the only thing I owned was a pillow. I had a pillow. And he went to go have dinner, and he hid it under a bush, came back, they stole his pillow.
That's crazy.
Because he wasn't allowed to bring it in. He wasn't allowed to bring it in. So I think, CJ, people think that don't understand or have never really talked to homeless people experiencing homelessness, is that they're just making choices.
Yeah.
You all could get housing. You all could get inside housing, you just don't want to. So you are a person with income,
Yeah.
but you're currently staying in this little tiny house,
Yeah.
which is hot, which I'm sorry. And I promise that we'll get an air conditioner. Why don't you just get a house, CJ?
Because where I was at 47,
Yeah.
they screwed me.
Okay.
Because they was, I mean, they did evict me, but I was
Yeah.
gonna go when you get the letter,
Yeah.
and then a couple of days they put the orange sticker on there.
Yeah.
Well, they hid the letter from me,
Really?
and then the orange sticker came, so that's on my record now.
Now you have a eviction on your record.
Because somebody wants to play games.
Yep. And so now it's going to be all the harder
Yeah.
because people can look at that. That's all public information. And if you have a tenant that has an eviction versus doesn't have an eviction, you're going to take the one without the eviction.
Yeah.
Just because you're in this for money. You're not in this to be nice or, provide housing. You're here to make a business. I also think that it takes a while to get your down payment. A lot of people on disability are making $800 a month. The Well up here, which has a church, they're they're doing remodeling and stuff like that. They're renting rooms on their website right now that say below market cost rooms, $450 a room. And you've seen that, right?
Yeah.
$450 for a room. If you're
Well,
making
there's
$800, that's over half your money.
There's a loophole in that.
Okay, what's that?
Well, if they run your record and they find any kind of felony,
Yeah.
they ain't never gonna rent to you at all.
Felonies too.
I bet the bully called 90 places, to get me and her in,
Yeah.
and then they said if you have any kind of felony,
Yeah.
I cannot come. Any
So,
kind of
okay, so
felony.
your girlfriend Belinda,
Yeah.
you said she called 90 places.
Yeah,
And they all said, you can come, Belinda, but you can't, CJ, because you have a felony.
exactly. Any kind of felony will stop.
Any kind, and you just said, and I don't want to know what your felonies are, but you just said, if you have meth on you, felony.
Yeah.
So how many people in this town, or imagine America, have a possession of meth charge, a felony, and then an eviction? I mean,
Like a double whammy. Yeah.
how are you gonna ever get into a place?
You can't. You're banned from the house from the rest of your life.
From the rest of your life?
Yeah, because you're banned because you've got a felony. I don't care if you accidentally got it.
Yeah,
You're fucked for the rest of your life.
you're fucked for the rest of your life. And then, I forget if you were saying this morning, people with vouchers, with no eviction,
Yeah.
no felonies, can't get in
Yeah.
because people won't rent to them.
Exactly.
So you're screwed on so many levels. You have a voucher, they want to give you housing. Well, they're not going to rent to the private market's not going to rent to you.
No.
You have a felony, they're not going to rent to you. You have
You gotta be high class to fucking to get up
to
front.
live. You have to be high class.
Yeah.
You have to be able to afford. And Gary Mike's son, Junior.
Yeah.
I helped him and his girlfriend get in. They were both were making over 800. So they had about, let's say they had 1,600. I was able to get them into a place. Neither of them had evictions. Nobody had a felony. They're still young. I think I got them into a place for $500 a month. But I had to help them with their down payment. I had to help them do the whole process. I had to co-sign on the lease, and they got in. But it was so challenging.
I know. If it wasn't for you, they wouldn't even got it.
I don't think, I mean, I love Junior, but I don't really think he had the mental ability to do the process. Because it was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot for me. They're like, you got to fill out all these places you lived. You got to fill out all this shit. You got to find this records. You got to find it. First, we had to get all their identifications. You had to chase that shit down. So this is a reality that people that don't know homeless people, don't keep up with poor people, don't understand. And so they just sit back and just say, these people must be lazy. These people must just do drugs all day because they should get into an apartment. And they don't understand that you have money.
Yeah.
You could get an apartment,
Yeah.
but you can't.
Nope. Hell no.
So that's why you're in here, and then hopefully we'll get you in there. All right? All right? So, because this is just wrong. Like this, you're an American citizen.
Yeah.
Do you know how many generations your family's lived here? Do you know, like, your dad was an American?
Yeah.
Was your grandfather an American?
Yeah.
Do you know if your great-grandfather was an American?
He was a Cherokee Indian.
Cherokee Indian? Jeez, oh Pete. So you have connections to this land, the whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't have any problem with immigrants and stuff, but I gotta say, we are blackballing, hurting, oppressing, for a word I can't come up, I mean hurting American citizens because now you don't make enough money. It's all it is. Now to live in America, you gotta make enough money. And you know what? If you were wealthy, you'd get all that shit expunged.
Yeah.
You know? You'd get it all expunged. But yeah, what are you gonna do? Yeah, so it's crazy. Well, CJ, I'm glad you're here. I'll get you that air conditioner sooner than later. I think, like, my idea, tell me what you think. I thought about, like, cutting a little slot on the bottom. Not way on the bottom, but, and then maybe putting a box or something. So, because the air conditioner usually sits, in a windowsill, and the windowsill holds it up, but because this is vinyl, I don't think the structure could hold it. So I think we get an air conditioner and put maybe like just some sort of box underneath it to rest on.
Yeah. How big of an air conditioner you getting? The small one?
I thought just a small one. Hey, honey.
Introduce yourself to you and
Oh, okay. All right. Do you know all these people? You don't. Are you from around here?
I'm from Adam Street.
Oh, Adam Street. Okay. Well, this is CJ. He lives in this little tiny house. You're from the Adam Street camp. Are they evicting you guys? They are. Is that happening tomorrow? Yeah. I'm so sorry.
Something told me I have to go down there.
Huh? Yeah, don't go down there. Yeah,
something told me I
yeah.
have to go down there.
All right, and you tell me your name again?
Anastasia.
Anastasia. I should know that. Anastasia. That's a beautiful name. I mean, how can you not remember a name like Anastasia? All right, Anastasia. I am going to allow your truck, not anybody else's truck.
I appreciate it.
But I have a rule.
Yeah.
My rule is anything outside of your living quarters, which in your case is your truck,
Yeah.
I throw away.
Oh yeah.
Because see, I'm trying. One of the things that like fancy people like is tidiness,
Right.
and so I'm trying to make this really tidy. Now, if you want, you can stay there, but you could also move up here. Although I think Rob is going to try and move.
Okay.
We're trying to get separation from you, but I mean, so that would be a good place for a tent, right? Like this little, like UFO landing zone. I'm trying not to put tents up there. I do own that property, but it's through another organization. This property all here is owned by something called the Houseless Movement, and we're an activist organization standing up for the rights of American citizens to have a place to shelter. That was the best I've ever said that. And and so you can stay on any of the property from this garage over. Okay? All right? And of course, and there's electric. I don't know if there's an outside electric box on that.
Only right here.
Only right there. Okay. Well, it looks like there's an electric outlet that goes over that way, but you're welcome to use that too. All right. Do you need anything else?
I don't know if she needs anything else.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad you're here. How'd you find us?
Rob.
Oh, good. You're friends with Rob? No. Poor Rob. Does anybody know what happened to Rob's tent? Somebody burned off the front door.
That'd be his girlfriend.
Oh, Anastasia, I love it. Oh, I'm glad to have you here. I can actually. That's the theory that makes the most sense.
They was fighting like about maybe 45 minutes to an hour, and all you hear was dishes being thrown in place, pots and pans, and all you hear is
Oh yeah.
a ripped tent.
You heard it.
Yeah, oh yeah, I heard it.
Oh, he's blaming Laney. He's blaming you. Sam, did you burn that tent?
No.
Honey, you don't have to lie to me. I would understand perfectly well that you wanted to do that. I know you would. All right. Well, who did it, honey?
He probably did it.
You left? Okay. All right.
Yeah, he said this shit was all fucked up too.
Who?
That guy over there.
Oh, he said it?
He said
Randall?
all his stuff was fucked up. Not
Really?
Randall, the guy that's over there.
Oh, Andrew.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
He said his shit was all fucked up.
All right. Well, we got to figure out how to make this place safe. Every human being needs a safe place to live. Now, I don't know if we need to. I'm calling it the garden. I want it to be a place where people can come, but more than that, I want people to feel safe. So, I don't know if we got to put up fence. I don't know. I know that like people cut through to come down this way, and I could give you guys keys to get out that gate up in the front, you know? You guys could go up that way. So I think if I could stop them from going down that way, that might stop the path. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be good.
Maybe that would help. Because people come down into here to go through, and then who knows what happens. All right, everybody. CJ, are you a dad?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, well, happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
I'm a dad, too.
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you, bro.
Really? Father's Day already?
Yeah. Do you know your dad? Do you? You guys have a good relationship?
He died.
Oh, sorry. Did you have a good relationship? Good. All right. Well, happy Father's Day, Anastasia.
Have you ever seen
Huh?
have you seen an alarm clock on wheels?
Seen what?
Alarm clock on wheels.
Alarm clock on wheels? What the heck is that? That's crazy. What does it do? Like run over your face when it goes off? That's
Read it on the
crazy.
back.
Says, all right, let's see
I
this
ain't
thing.
never seen no shit like that.
It says set the alarm clock. It's called Clocky.
Yeah.
You set it, the clock will beep. You can snooze one time, and then he'll wheel away. Oh, and you have to get up.
Yeah, and chase it.
You'll have to get up. That's amazing, bro. Is that for sale?
Yeah.
All right, everybody, if you guys need a wheelie alarm clock, come and see CJ. He's got Clocky for sale over here at the garden. All right, everybody, I got to go. Happy Father's Day. I love you, and I'm glad you're here, Anastasia. And you too, CJ.